Good morning, you guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I'm going to be doing a day in the life with you guys. Day in the life of a homeschooling mom of 4. If you're new to my channel, super happy to have you come by. I would love it if you would click subscribe. I make day in the lives regularly, as well as other mom related content, homeschooling encouragement and homeschooling wisdom, all the way through high school. So you will get the full picture of what our homeschooling journey has been here on my channel. So we're gonna be doing a day in the life today, you guys, and I'm really excited because I'm working with Zookeeper again on today's video. And today we're just having a normal homeschooling day. This is my working, filming day of the week since December. I think I've mentioned this before, but I share this because I know I'm not the only mom who, works from home, homeschooling mom. So I have started having one filming day per week. So that is this day. And my number one priority is homeschooling, but once we're done, then I'll move into a little bit of work after that. So that is my hope today, but I'm probably going to need to do it in a different order because my youngest daughter is taking a cake decorating class, so her and I are going to be doing that this afternoon. So we just have a full homeschooling day. I wanted to take some time to show you guys what I do with my kids' work and how I store it since the end of the school year is coming, and I know a lot of you are probably thinking about that. I am going to do a project this year where I organize it all like much better than I have it. So I'm going to share my ideas with you guys on that, and we'll just spend some time together. So I hope you enjoy coming along for a day in my life. So I actually just finished filming the video that I needed to film, and it was a really sweet video because this box right here from The Good and the Beautiful is preschool curriculum for my nephew, and so it's just been really sweet for me to know that I have impacted my brother and sister-in-law in the idea of homeschooling, and so I'm really excited to pass that along to them. That's all the preschool stuff. I just did a video on that, so if you are a mom of youngers and you want to know what I would use now, well, there's everything. So I'm going to take this downstairs. We're getting started on school a little bit later. It's 8:45. Thankfully, I already have my breakfast prepared. I did overnight oats, so I'm just going to grab that and sit down with the kids as we watch World Watch News.
Things that may have caused them to have PTSD. We don't diagnose them here. Our work is focused on lowering that stress. Despite the realities of war that these soldiers are dealing with, I'm seeing a lot of laughs and smiles. So, at least from the outside looking in, it appears to be mission accomplished.
No, me, never. I never have.
Yeah, you
It can feel as if the entire world is against you, as if a storm cloud is hovering over your head, just waiting to rain upon you. No matter where you go or what you do, you can't seem to escape it. On those days, what do you do with your feelings? Do you try to cover them up so no one will notice? Do you get frustrated and take it out on the people around you? Do you get yourself into deeper trouble because you can't process emotion? Do you talk to anyone? The author of today's psalm had a difficult day too. But rather than hiding their feelings, they decided to share them with God. He decided to be honest, even though it's likely that it felt hard and uncomfortable. Whatever you are feeling today, you can share it with God. You can tell him what's on your heart and on your mind. You can even ask him questions. No matter what is happening or what you say, God is never surprised and he is never upset. He still loves you and he is still trustworthy. God cares about These body parts are much cooler than the rest of your body because they're in contact with the surrounding air. Once inside Ada's body, the virus latched onto a healthy cell within her sinuses. So this is your sinus cavity, which are all the things inside your face, which is why when you're sick and you have a lot of mucus, sometimes you'll get a headache because that pressure right under your eyes can be very painful. What?
Oh, yeah.
That's where we're starting today. It is important to see natural selection as a mechanism that God used. There you go. God used natural selection to allow organisms to deal with their changing environments in a sin-cursed world, especially after the flood. God foreknew that the fall and the flood were going to happen, and so he designed organisms with a great amount of genetic diversity. So what is natural selection in the evolutionary theory, the secular evolutionary theory? Define what natural selection is in that thought process.
In their thought process, they would say that it's what causes evolution so that the animals can try not to die by changing
doing, not just changing,
stuff,
by
adding
new
information to them.
What kind of information? Genetic information. Good. That's the key component. The evolutionist believes that an animal going through evolution can take in new genetic material, turning into something entirely new. So like I told you guys, Night Zookeeper is sponsoring today's Day in the Life, and I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about Night Zookeeper in case you haven't heard me share about them before. So Night Zookeeper is an award-winning creative writing platform for kids ages 5-ish through 12-ish. There are hundreds of fun and interactive games for your kids to play on Night Zookeeper to help them enjoy writing, reading, grammar, practice, typing skills, computer literacy in a really fun, engaging way. Now, I told you guys I was going to show you how I keep our schoolwork that we finish throughout the homeschool year, and then what my plan is for organizing past years of schoolwork, and I'm gonna share that. But that is making me think about summertime and summer break. There is so much evidence out there that shows just how much kids lose over summer break when they are left to do nothing but play video games and veg out. Now, I know a lot of you as homeschoolers don't regularly allow those things, but it's just a good reminder, especially when you're a homeschooling mom, that your kids will lose some of what they learned this year if you take a traditional summer break and do not keep their minds and brains engaged. So Night Zookeeper is helpful for me in my homeschool in many ways, but it's also very helpful for that summer slide that we all want our kids to avoid, especially when you're the homeschooling mom and you spent 6 weeks teaching them how to find that adverb. You don't want them to completely forget what adverbs are over the summer, so Night Zookeeper can help you with that. And also just making good use of screen time. Screen time is not always necessarily bad, but more important is how are we spending those screen hours that we all allow for in our homes in some capacity. So Night Zookeeper is awesome for summer break, spring break. I've used it this year a lot for extending my children's language arts curriculum, which I've shared in videos past, and we just love it. There are free PDFs that you can print off. There's even ways to submit their writing, to have someone, you know, a teacher look at their writing and provide them feedback. They can go in and edit it. They can get coins that will unlock different things on Night Zookeeper, and it's just a really fun resource for your kids. So if you guys want to check out Night Zookeeper, there is no code. I always get asked what my code is to Night Zookeeper. It's not a code. Just use the link that's down in the description box and you guys will get 50% off of your Night Zookeeper subscription. They also have multi-sibling plans. So if you have multiple kids that you want to use it, then they can create their own accounts. Really fun little side note is that their accounts can actually interact with each other. If they create characters, they can see them on each other's screens, which is always a lot of fun. But you guys can access all of that down below from the link to Night Zookeeper, which I always have in the description box. So no code needed, just click that link and you will get your savings on Night Zookeeper. We absolutely love it in our home and I know you guys will too. Could have depression.
That doesn't make sense.
So you said, do you always look for the bad in people? If you do, comma, you should stop, period. Because you could have depression? No. Because it can what? Cause depression. So because, capital, doing that or doing so can cause the end of the year.
Okay.
Despicable.
Okay.
Penitentiary.
Penitentiary.
Remember, the way you say some words isn't necessarily the way you spell them. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys in this video how we handle schoolwork that we finish. Now keep in mind, my state is a very low regulated state when it comes to homeschooling. Very glad about that. So we don't have to turn in work samples or provide anything. If you're someone that lives in a state like that, then obviously you'll need to adapt. But for me, when my kids finish something, we just fill up this bin right here, and then also they keep some of their completed work in their possession. So between their own folders and then this bin right here is where we keep everything that they finish throughout the year. Then at the end of the school year, we obviously clean everything out. And beginning this school year, I am going to get organized all of their previous schoolwork that I've saved, because I've only saved the really special and sentimental things. But I'm going to get my kids some accordion folders, which I'll show you here in a second, and I'm going to organize them. That way, when they grow up and become adults, and they don't want a gigantic bin of all of their childhood schoolwork memory, they'll each have something like this. I bought this years ago, but I'm gonna get something similar with 12, so that way it's grades 1 through, or kindergarten through 12th grade basically. And then whatever fits inside, I'm gonna have them go through and see what they wanna keep, looking at it like what's special or what's a funny memory to them that they wanna hold on to. And then I'll label each of the tabs like what grade it is. And then when they're adults and they move out on their own, all they'll have to do is take their little accordion folder if they want to keep it. Otherwise, I'll just keep it just because as a mom, it's sentimental and all those hours and years of homeschooling. So that is how I'm going to organize our schoolwork. So that's actually going to be a pretty big project for me because for the past 10-ish years of homeschooling, and even I think like when my oldest daughter was in public school, we still have some of her first grade like crafts and things that she brought home. We just have them in a huge storage bin out in the garage, up on our garage shelving, but I've just been adding kids' papers to that through the years, and so this year I'm tackling the project of organizing it. So I'll link to the folders that I'm gonna get on Amazon. They were about 13 bucks, and I'm gonna get each kit a different color so it'll be easy, and I'll put like a sticker label on the outside, and then I'll do grades 1 through 12. And then anything that is special to them, we'll keep. Anything that's special to me, I'll put in there. But obviously the accordion can only get so big. So, you know, we will have to pare it down a little bit, but that's the way that I do it. I just keep everything finished in one bin. And then they hold on to their finished stuff. We wait until the end of the school year. We clean out every notebook, every binder, every folder. We go through and decide like, oh, I worked really hard on that paper, I want to keep it, or I love that art project, I want to keep it. The rest we recycle. And this summer, I'm going to tackle that project. Like I said, I'm going to go out in the garage. I'm going to get that big heavy bin down. It weighs probably 100 pounds, you guys. It's filled, and we're gonna lay everything out. I'm gonna make a pile for my oldest daughter, my sons, and then my youngest daughter. Gonna go through that. Everyone's gonna get an accordion folder, and we're gonna keep it organized that way. And then moving forward, I'll just add things in to that as we move through the grades. So that's how we're doing, you know, like storage of special homeschool papers, because it really can get overwhelming and it really can get out of hand. And take it from me, I'm someone that lost all of like their childhood memories, trophies, medals, like papers, all those things. So I am a little more on the sentimental side, but I also recognize that like my husband, his mom saved literally everything. And although he enjoyed like some of the things, he did not want to keep like every spelling test he took in the first grade. And so he actually had to like go through it when she brought him his gigantic bin. My kids liked looking at his journal entries and reading about his school troubles and Carlos and his difficult spelling tests and his tug-of-war contest. So they did enjoy like looking at some of their dad's memories. But my husband did not want to keep every single thing his mom had kept in a gigantic tote. So I think he would have appreciated like an organized accordion folder. And then me, all my stuff was lost in my childhood, and so I don't have anything like that to look back on. And I would like to have some because, like I said, the kids enjoyed looking at it. So I think there's a fine balance between just like being ridiculous and keeping every single thing that you ever make or your kids ever make, and the right balance of, you know, memories. I think there's importance in memories and importance in sentimental items, but not like every single thing. So I'm just trying to find that balance. That's going to be the project that I work on this summer, amongst probably like doing some homeschool bookshelves, some different things up here. We're just like moving into an older phase of our homeschool, with my kids all being middle school and up next year. I will have no elementary school aged kids for the first time since I started homeschooling, which is like really crazy to me, but it's just, we're in a different season of homeschooling now. And so, you know, our room up here is probably going to be being utilized for college courses. And so we just need to like change up a few things to accommodate larger bodies and no picture books like we don't need those anymore, other than the special ones. So yeah, gonna be working on some like advancements in the homeschooling room for next year for 6th grade, 8th grade, 11th grade, 10th grade. So big changes, and I just want to get that like project of getting all their school papers organized. So that's how I'm going to do it, and I think it'll work out well. And I'll link to those folders down below if you guys are thinking like, oh, that would be a pretty good idea. It'd be much easier to start it when your kids are younger versus having to go through years and years and years of papers. But that's the mess that I've made, so I'm going to have to clean it up. Time with this one involved always involves some kind of burrito. I was going to point out your Taco Bell shirt. Making burritos. The Lily Bees ones from Costco. And then Jake made some salsa that's really good. And this is the absolute favorite lunch. She makes this every single week, but not always in her Taco Bell shirt. No. We're on lunch break right now. It's 12:15. And I have that cake class with my youngest later. I'm gonna start chicken tortilla soup on the, in the, whatever this is called, Dutch oven, for later. So just gonna heat up the onions and some carrots, corn, excuse me, Mexican tomatoes, enchilada sauce, some carrots, these shredded ones I like to use, and then I got a rotisserie chicken, like shredded up package from Costco. This just makes life super easy on a busy day. And some late July tortilla chips, basically more of what's out. Mexican food is a crowd pleaser, so I'm just starting dinner now. So in my last day in the life, where am I? There we are. I shared with you guys about how much rain we've been getting here, which is not typical at all for us. And so many of you guys shared with me that your weather has been really weird. So I can already tell that we live, people always say like, where do you live? I just don't share, like, it's not like it's a big secret, but it's just not something that I broadcast. So whenever anyone asks me where I live, I just won't answer. I'll say like on the West Coast. Anyway, we live in the desert, and so I can already tell you that we are gonna go from like 50 to 90. That's just the way the weather is gonna work this year. We're gonna skip past spring, I can already tell, because April is usually like we're wearing shorts already, and we're still wearing sweaters and blankets, but it is a really nice day outside. So I was gonna show you guys because I'm in here getting dinner ready, but there they are out there having lunch together, and it just blesses me to see it. So we extended our pavers, so we have more of a, it's a really large area. You can't really tell very well now. That was like a project we did recently, so that's really nice. We can get a lot more seating, so that is gonna be very nice for Jake's 40th birthday coming up. We're going to Hawaii, but we're still gonna have family and friends over. And then, yeah, we finished that project. You can kind of see like where they added them right there. There's the line. It used to only go right there, but now we took it all the way and farther back, and it's created a lot more space, which is nice. I had to move all my plants into the sun because they were gonna die, because it's still cold and shady back here. And I planted them, and I obviously want to keep them alive, so I had to move them all into the sun. But the kids have been enjoying eating lunch outside again. Today is like 60-ish, so we'll take it. So I went ahead and made some chicken salad with the leftover rotisserie chicken. It's just red onion, a little bit of relish, mustard, a little bit of chosen mayo, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and that's it. So I made that, having a salad with some chicken salad. Dishwasher's getting unloaded, and chicken tortilla soup is in the pot. So that's what I'm having today, and then there's some extra for the rest of the week. Okay guys, so it is about 2 o'clock now, and almost exactly. Everyone's done with school for the day, so I'm getting ready to head out to the cake class with my youngest daughter. It's for elementary ages. My older kids did it earlier this year, so we're gonna go do that. Then we're gonna come home. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work out today, and then we have activities tonight that everyone has to go to. So that's what the rest of the day is looking like, but her and I are going to head off to the cake class. Jake is home from work now, so everyone will just have some free time this afternoon. I know he's gonna work out, and then we'll come back together and have dinner before we separate again. We just got back from the cake class, and here was today's project. It was really just learning, I guess, about icing, which she already knew. So anyways, she made some unicorn looking cupcakes, and I think she wants to eat them, but the icing is very liquidy from being played with, so I told her to put them in the fridge. So she's gonna put them in the fridge. It is 4:15 now, and I am going to head outside and get a workout in before we head off to activities tonight. So that's gonna be it for today's day in the life, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out the link to Night Zookeeper. That will be down below. You guys can save 50% on your subscription when you use my link. Give me a thumbs up before you go. It's a free way to support my channel, and I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions about anything I shared in today's video, and I will see you guys again really soon. Bye, friends.